every single fucking demographic. But I just think I've had shit luck. Or maybe I suck at finding people. But do I find them, a lot of them, attractive? Yeah, I do. Do I also realize that I relate to Denji a lot in Chainsaw Man for a certain reason? Because they're all crazy as fuck? Yeah. Yeah, because
So
that's been my experience
what
for
you're
the
telling
past
me
few
is
relationships.
basically what you're telling me is that when I'm simping over goth girls on Rolo Rome, basically you're on my side, but you don't want to say it.
That is literally nothing close to what I just said. That is
You
nothing
said you
close to what I
find
just
goth
said.
girls attractive.
I never said I didn't.
I know, but you don't. But you don't. You don't defend me.
I don't fucking simp for them or goon over them.
I'm based as hell, bro. I'm correct
Roman,
about my love
you
for goth
saying
girls.
you're based as hell does not make you based as hell. Other people
Why
have
am
to
I?
say you're based.
No, no, no. Listen to me, okay?
That's like saying I'm righteous.
I mean, you're a pretty righteous dude.
See? Thank you. You said it. I was joking. You were like, no, actually, you kind of are.
I dated women before Rolo. So what you're saying is that you would want to get your balls stepped on, Roman. No, what I'm saying is that if he dated a goth girl, I was curious if she was one of those goth girls that wanted to step on his balls.
If she did, she never asked because she knew I would have said fuck off.
I would think if you ever get asked, you should.
No, instead, she just liked to drink a lot and try and attack me randomly.
I think if you ever decide to
Also,
open your heart
spend
up
all my
again,
money. That was the other thing. She'd spend all my money too.
if you ever decide to open your heart up again, I'm taking you to a goth girl factory and you can pick one out
What
or
is
something.
that? No.
Why not? You need to get you a dummy mommy, fam.
No. I need to get me a wife for my future children is what I need to get.
Yeah, and she can be a dummy mommy.
No,
There's
she
nothing
doesn't
wrong with
have
that.
to do that. No, Roman, she doesn't have to be that. That was never my type to begin with. Just because I like the look of a girl with a couple piercings, some tattoos, and maybe a little bit of colored streak in her hair, some nice tits and a nice ass, don't
You
mean
see,
nothing.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
You're not. But that doesn't mean that her personality is what you're describing because of her look. This is how I'm demolishing your fucking argument. Mine was just an alcoholic. And like a little bit mental. You're describing something else. I'm not saying either one was good, but I'm also saying that I'm friends with another chick who's also what you consider to be, I don't know, goth, and super fucking chill, dope as fuck, in a great relationship with her boyfriend, and I'm super happy for him. They're cool as fuck. You don't bitch about her ever. Not all of them, Ronnie, because the one I'm talking about did not.
I mean, nah. Goths
I'm
would
just
vote for
saying there's different people in every demographic, but you're just because I dated somebody who was that does not mean anything. I dated her because of different reasons. She was a nerd who was into anime, and she was also pretty hot. Didn't also help that we were on vacation with our friends at the beach for a weekend. And people would go to the beach and we'd be like, yeah, we're just going to hang out and smoke a ball real quick. And then not see them for like 3 hours and be like, what to do with an empty house?
Oh, okay. My man. You got play, huh?
A little bit. I don't know, Roman. Just a little bit. You've seen all three of my ex-girlfriends. I don't know. I think I got a little bit.
Oh, okay. Hot take. Hot take here. Your second girl was probably your hottest.
That's not a hot take at all. That's
Like,
absolutely
out
true.
of
Why do you
all
think
three
that
of
was?
them,
That's absolutely
yeah,
true.
like,
Jess was above
yeah,
my
like,
league, but she wasn't. She wasn't
nah,
morally. She wasn't morally.
nah, bro. Roll and listen.
Sorry, I have nothing
Like,
against her anymore. It's whatever. Never really
nah,
did to
bro.
begin
Listen.
with.
No homo. You're actually handsome, and I actually mean that. So, no girls above your league, bro. None. Okay. So don't think that.
Dude, I had somebody at work one time. This is like a tangent, like not it's just like a little aside. I had one of my managers at work one time be like, and I won't tell you which one. Be like, just assume him and one of my coworkers were like, yeah, dude, like, what about you and your girlfriend? And I was like, I don't have one. They were like, what? And I was like, no, I don't have one. And they were like, really? I was like, yeah. They were like, why? I was like, bitches be crazy, dude. I'm like taking my time off. And they were like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, you have no idea. And they're like, we're just surprised. Like, we're just surprised that you're not dating somebody right now. And I'm like, why is that? And they're like, I don't know. Like, you're not a bad looking dude. I was like, well, I appreciate that. But like, listen to this. And I say, bing, 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 bing. When we were downstairs doing plumbing in the basement. And they were like, oh, yeah, okay.
So like, this is kind of a deep question, but like,
I'll tell you one thing, Ronnie. My ex goth woman did definitely vote for Biden if she even voted at all. But my friend did not. But
hey,
it's
listen,
from it. I do appreciate you saying that, but it's like there's a reason. I'm not getting
listen.
fucked
We
over.
don't
I'm not putting time, money, and effort into something again that's just gonna fuck me over. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Make sure that we have uh, all this other shit
Well,
going.
actually, that so that's actually kind of what I was gonna ask you because if you don't mind, if I get personal for like a second, before my current uh situation, it's not a bad situation, but before what I'm currently entangled in now, I wasn't sure if I was ever gonna open up my heart to anybody else again before her, right? So, and still, I got my guard up. I'm not fully sure, but I'm pretty sure about this one. But but I also have learned to not be disappointed. So, my question to you, brother, as a friend and someone that loves you, is like, do you have a timeline of if you would ever be ready to let yourself like get involved again?
Yeah, I'm ready now. I'm ready whenever, but it's got to be the right person, and it's got to be somebody that I actually am like, oh wow, you're doing stuff for yourself, right? You're actually like working to better yourself. You're doing what I'm doing, right? You have a job, and then outside of your job, you're working on a hobby that you really care about. Like for me, is this show and
Mhm.
the Royal Romecast and the other shows. That's why I spent 9 hours, 12 hours almost with no 9 hours with muffler tape on Saturday night watching the whole rest of Evangelion so that I could be ready for the show on Wednesday night because I knew I have other shit that I gotta do the next couple of days. That's the only time I could do it. So from 6 o'clock to 3 a.m., I'm fucking booked because I have to watch this because that creates content and I have an obligation for this. But guess what? I want somebody who is outside of their workplace, like doing some cool shit. Like, because guess what else I'm doing? I got my own fish tanks. I'm making music. I'm watching YouTube. I'm like having fun with you guys. I'm doing stuff with Roman. I'm going to concerts. Like I'm doing things. I'm working out when I get the opportunity, which I want to get back into and start going to an actual gym. Like I want a girl that's got fucking drive, who I know is doing the same exact type of shit that I'm doing and is working to create not just a relationship. Like, I want you all in. We're gonna do this shit. We're gonna have a family, and you know what? It would help if, you know, above all else, I've said it before. I gotta be able to look at your face every day and wake up and be like, oh yeah. Like
Fair enough.
you could be as flat as a board. And I'll be like, but if your face looks like fucking Keira Knightley or Natalie Portman, it's over. Like,
My question to you is,
we're good,
what,
but
like,
I need the drive. I need the drive.
she doesn't have to be a 10 in terms of looks then, right? Like, she doesn't have to.
I'm
She doesn't have
not,
to be a
dude.
10.
My standards would be too high. I'm not a 10 in terms of looks. But think about the girls that I dated, Roman. That's the looks.
Yeah.
There you go. You know what you know. Chat doesn't know because I don't really know how to describe them. But Roman knows. That, an amalgamation of that. That's what I'm into. So you know. So
Yeah.
that's plus the drive, but really it's the drive.
Okay.
But
So like
wise,
she could be like a 3 in terms of looks, but if she's driven, then like you're cool with it.
Well, I would like her to be pretty in terms of looks, yes. Yes, I want my kids to be good looking.
Fair enough.
I look at a picture of my parents, and I was like, wow, they were both good looking people back in the day.
Your parents are still pretty good looking now.
Yeah, because they took care of themselves. That's what I want to do with somebody so that I'm around.
By the way,
that wasn't his fault, but like my mom takes great care of herself. She don't look like she's 60.
By the way, my mother turns
close enough.
My mother turns the wonderful age of 61 today. So if you see this, Mom, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I love you.
But Roman, you get my point. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if I see like I need to be like if I'm talking to somebody, I don't even know you're doing shit.
Fair enough.
I'm friends with a lot of people. I have no problem being friends with people of all different lifestyles. But like the woman that I'm looking for is the woman that is driven. And the woman that is driven to take care of herself so that she's around for a long time. She's healthy so that her kids have her. Because more often than not, like just, you know, statistically speaking, men die first. And that's for many different reasons. So I want a wife that's around. God forbid something happens to me if I have kids. One that I trust to absolutely implicitly be able to take care of the kids and also be, you know, step into the role of making like all of the money. Like when my dad first got cancer, bro, my mom was planning so much shit that she did not ever want to have to plan, but she planned it. Like, what am I going to do?
Because
like, go on.
It's also because your mom is smart. That's also why.
Yeah, and for lack of a better term, I want a kid I want a wife that can grow up with a mother the way that I grew up. Dude, my mom made me learn all this fucking shit. And was working her butt off. And was around all the time.
That's literally the best type of mom to have.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, that's what I'm looking for. So, if you got that, and you're taking care of yourself, because she always took care of herself, physically, and mentally. So, like, if you're doing all the same shit I'm doing, then by all means. But, like, I don't know, if I see that you're not focusing on anything outside of work, you're not pushing yourself to do more interesting things, you don't have hobbies. Your hobbies are Netflix and like, you know, smoke weed or drink wine, and like you don't even like work out or like, I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there that like women would hate to see in a guy, because like if a guy said all I do is sit home, play video games, you know, I'm working a dead end job that I hate. Like,
there's
all this
a
other
caveat
stuff.
to that though. Because if you game but you're on Twitch, I don't judge that because
Well,
that's hustle.
that's different. That's a job. That's a stay-at-home job. If you're making money doing something like that, like Roman, I don't judge a YouTuber. That's a job.
Yeah.
But you're not but let's say you're the funniest member out of your group of 15 people that you game with, and you're working a dead-end job making jack shit. Why the fuck aren't you trying to stream and make a little bit of bread on the side? Because you're hilarious, and I guarantee you multiple people have told you before to stream.
A lot of people, and I'm not
talking
trying to
about
justify
you.
it, but
I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm just saying people.
well, yeah, of course you're not talking
They
about
don't
me
have the drive. They don't
I'm
have
here.
the drive. That's what it comes down to.
I think, Roland, and I can tell you because I had this problem. A lot of people, I think, just get really scared because they're just like afraid to put themselves out onto the internet. You know what I mean? Whereas, like me, I don't care.
It's a different conversation altogether. You asked me whether or not I'm ready to date. I said I've been ready to date. I don't have that high of a standard.
Yeah.
It's not that high of a standard to say that I want somebody that has some drive and is going to take care of themselves. And I don't see that in any of the women that exist around me.
So
I don't.
My question is, yes, you need a girl to be pretty, but you would also rather her have drive, do something, right?
Well, yeah, but I need to be able to look at you every day. Like if I'm dating you, and like I wake up one morning, I'm like, holy shit, like she's not taking care of herself. Like, expect me to say something because I know you should say something to me. I would want you to. Like, if I start to notice, like, yo, did you like when I was at work? Did you start drinking a little bit more, or like on nights like when you would have wine with the girls once a week? Did you have a little bit more, or like did you stop going to the gym with like so and so? Like, what are we doing? Because like if I'm working on myself constantly, or at least doing something, that's just something I'm using as an example. I'm not talking about putting on in general, and I'm not saying that's no. I'm just saying like that shows to me that like, oh, you're slacking in some place in what's going on. So what's going on? Talk to me. Tell me. Like I'm gonna notice it. I'm gonna mention it. Just the same way that if I start coming home or you start coming home, from work every night and just goes right past the dog and goes right upstairs and like gets in the shower, doesn't even like say hi to it. Or say hi to anybody. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. And it and not like we're friends, but like Roland can tell when something's off with me, and I can tell when something is like off with him. Cause like the thing is that kind of the dynamic of our friendship when we don't see each other in person is that like I'll send Roland like 12 texts daily, and like Roland will like get worried about me if I don't text him.
That's not necessarily true. I know you're usually good because you're usually in Discords, but like,
well, yeah, but like before though, when we were younger, it was kind of more so like.
So one of the things I want to say as like a preference is like, I'm not saying that I haven't slacked on places here and there, but I did notice with one of my girlfriends at one point that I was like, I'm going out every day. I'm not even talking about working, but in this situation, I was going out every day for like walks, mini hikes, the kayaking, fishing. Like we used to do all this together, right? And she just like kind of stopped doing that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I started to notice. I was like, holy fuck. Like she's putting on weight because she's sitting around all the time. And like she was a slim chick. I'm like, that's not like literally I have to say something. Like, yeah, I don't mean to be a dick, but I'm like, yo, you got it, like, let's go. And like that was it, bro. That was it. It was like sloth. Like, she just stopped giving a fuck about anything. And that's why I fucking dipped. One of the reasons. But, like, I'm gonna dip if you don't have any fucking drive. I'm trying to do shit. That, at the age that you were at the time, doing the shit that you were doing, I will never put a fucking child in you ever. Ever.
Now,
You're not proving to me that you have a single bit of fucking drive for a family or for what we have talked about that we had wanted. So, no. I'm not doing it. Other than the fact that that was one of the myriad of reasons I had to leave that relationship.
I mean, your expectations aren't like too outlandish.
I don't know, be a responsible person for your health and your life. That's it. That's
So
really
my
all.
question is, if she has like a normal ass job, but her drive is to be like better at her job, would that count too?
Yeah, why not?
Like if she's a nurse, right? But then she wants to
Yeah,
become like, a
absolutely.
head nurse or something.
Absolutely. Yeah, why not? Why would that
Well,
not
because
count?
like you said something outside of work. So that was what I was trying to clarify.
Well, yeah, have other interests other than coming home and watching Netflix. Yes.
Yeah. You're
Like
gonna
if
end
I
up getting with like a girl who like loves to garden, which actually would be
yes,
really cool.
totally fucking fine with me. Be totally fucking fine with
Yeah.
me. I would garden with her.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I would
As
think
long
that
as she
like that'd
likes
be
to go
cool.
on hikes and stay fit and do the same type of thing I want to do. Staying fit's
Yeah,
important.
but
I'm a martial artist. It's always been important to me to try to stay fit. Always. Sorry. That's one of my things. It's like we gotta take care of our bodies so that we're here for as long as we can be.
that's actually I think something that
You can't
is
even say that's
important.
wrong, Roman, because we've seen your journey over the past fucking year and a half of losing weight. So you can't even say that it's a wrong thing for me to say that I think you should lose some weight.
Did I
And I
say
think that's a
that?
violation.
No.
No. I'm just
No.
saying nobody can argue that because whenever somebody starts to lose weight, everybody goes, "Fuck yeah, awesome, dude!
Yeah.
You're gonna live longer." We love that.
Well, well, I also did it because I don't want to have a heart attack at 30. So,
That's exactly what I just
and
said.
yeah, and I've lost 81 pounds the last year. So,
Yes, and that's fucking amazing.
yeah. But so she has to have some sort of drive because I you're so so you're actually like high key swaying me here. Not that I was against your argument, but I am seeing it a lot from your side now because this actually goes for both male and female. If your partner's not driving you, or like no, okay, if you
Those,
have drive and your like partner doesn't have any, then the drive that you have could actually be sapped if you're
yes,
also with someone that like
yes,
doesn't have any drive.
yes. Which is what happened to me. My drive got completely fucking sapped by that specific person, and that is something that her father saw and told me, bro. I care about you because I see everything that you're trying to do. I think you should dip because I don't think she's good for you. He goes, I love you. You're a smart kid. My daughter's a retard right now. Words right out of his mouth. That was a fucking wake up call if you ever heard one.
Yeah.
And guess what? I was sapped from that drive for quite a while. I still kept up with this show. You didn't see it here, but it existed. Maybe you did. Maybe you did notice. Maybe some of
I'm
you
not gonna
did.
lie to you.
Roman, you did. I'm not talking about you. I'm saying chat.
I didn't
Maybe
say
chat
anything,
did.
but I
No,
did notice it though.
no, you and I talked outside of this. I'm talking about the viewers. I'm not talking about you.
Yeah.
That was all because of that shit. So yes, that can happen on both sides of the aisle. If you have somebody that doesn't have drive that you're living with every day, who's just a lazy fucking bum or an alcoholic or somebody who's abusive both verbally and physically, which is something that I dealt with in that relationship. then it's gonna fucking sap you of your motivation.
When did you realize that you lost your drive? Like pretty soon into the relationship?
No, because we started the podcast. Probably right
How
after
long were
it.
you in that?
Right after it, because my
How
dad
long were
had
you in that relationship
a year and a half.
when we started the pod?
Like a year. No,
Oh,
a
okay.
year. No, I was already in it like a year and a half when we, or like a
Huh.
year and 2 months or whatever. But my point being is, yeah, right after I fucking got back, my grandmother died and my dad got diagnosed with cancer for the second time. And then I broke up with her because I was like sick and tired of her screaming at me on the phone. So
Yeah, that was
yeah, I kind of lost my drive a little bit there, guys.
those
So,
were a
so
rough
keep it. So
few
don't
months.
blame me. Don't blame me if I felt like I'm gonna not be in a relationship for a little while and kind
I
of
mean, I
figure
don't
out
blame
what I really want in a woman before I get back into one. And it's really not that much to ask. It's not.
you just want someone that's motivated.
I want somebody that's motivated. I want somebody that's caring, and I want somebody that's attractive to me in the way that I find somebody attractive. It's that simple. Take care of yourself. You gotta be motivated in multiple ways.
Yeah, that's fair. I also think too that it's
And
important.
somebody that's going to be totally okay if I put my foot down. That'll also be okay if she puts her foot down for something. Like, you know that I'm not just going to be like, oh, okay, all the time. No, I'm
I,
going to tell you, like, fuck that. No. Like, we're going to the concert, but I'd really prefer you don't wear that slutty ass outfit. You can put it on when you get home because you'll need it. But I don't really think that one works for this classical concert. You know, like, I'm just making a joke, but like, you get what I'm saying?
yeah, I
And
also think too that
I used to be told by my ex Jessica, who I lived with again for 2.5 years. I used to be told that, yo, I would really prefer you don't wear that shirt. Makes you look a little bit too hot for the other ladies. We're going out to a club. And I was like, okay,
huh,
but you're not wearing that. She's like, no, I know. I'm already changing. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's the. It's got
so
to
like
be cool. It's got to be
communication.
Fuck yes. Honesty and
Yeah.
communication are the two most important things in any relationship, whether it's a friendship, uh, a relationship, or a relationship with your chat on YouTube. Like, honesty and communication are the two most important things, in my opinion, in almost any relationship.
Well, because you can't. That's kind of the point of a. That's kind of the point of a relationship. If you are constantly like if someone's constantly lying to you, then you can't build any um compatibility because you don't know who they are as a person, so you can't trust them. So that's kind of why. Also, um, I know y'all joke I haven't had success with relationships, but I can tell you guys that as someone who hasn't had success, um, that you need to make sure that you are compatible with the person that you're trying to be with. They might look pretty, or if there are any girls watching, they might look hot. But listen to me, you have to be compatible because if you have nothing in common with a person, then you're not going to be happy when you're actually
Yes,
like,
absolutely, dude. Like, that's why I wouldn't date anybody that's like a couple years younger than me, like 2 or 3. Like, we're so fucking different. Like, more than likely, 9 times out of the 10, somebody who's almost 25 is going to be a lot different than someone that's almost 23 mentally. We're both adults. It's only 3 years, but you still have learned a lot in those 3 years.
Yeah, like I know that like y'all might like like this might sound crazy, but like it feels to me within like the last year that I've lived a whole lifetime. So, and you kind of learn a lot. And like to be fair to females, your brains don't fully develop until you're 25. Males is like what, 23, or like is that flipped? Am I wrong here? I think
I think you're wrong. I think it's flipped.
yeah, yeah. Okay. But the point is that even like at like and like another thing too was that when I was 18, the girl that I was obsessed over, I thought I was gonna like like I thought she was the one. Don't ever think that the person that you are liking or crushing on is like the one, because I'm sorry to tell you this as someone who has like experienced this. 9 times out of 10 they're really not. Because one, most of us here are young, so we still have time. Two, especially if you're 18, the person that you're with, unless you're Trav, shout out Trav, most likely the person that you're with is not going to be your
I think
is
the
not going to
concept
be
of I think the concept of the one is retarded.
you. Oh, you so you don't actually believe in someone having their one.
No.
So you don't
No,
believe in
we're a
soulmates
mammal.
then?
We're a mammal and an animal. We're a mammal and an animal. Yes, we are a conscious mammal and an animal, but guess what? Monkeys are conscious and sentient as well, and they also fuck multiple wives. There are human beings that also fuck multiple wives and multiple wives that are cool with that. I do not think that the concept of, well, we have to find our singular person, you're never going to have everything in common. You're not going to have a clone. That's what the concept of the one is. You're not going to find a clone of yourself. Good fucking luck. You'll die alone.
So
That's
you
the point of
don't.
the one. The concept of the one is that I'm going to find my soulmate. No, your soulmate is probably just somebody that has a lot in common with you, but guess what? You should get in an argument from time to time. You should. It's healthy. It makes you grow. Because if you
I'm
can
sure
get
that
through them,
you're. I'm sure that you're. I'm sure that your mom and dad do,
yes.
and that's healthy.
If I would have asked my mom if she thinks of the concept of a soulmate, she'd be like, well, I mean, yeah, like your dad is like my soulmate, but like that you're right when you say that the concept of the one is like there's nobody that's gonna be perfect. Like my parents will tell you immediately they don't agree on everything, but they've been
Yeah,
together
because
for
like
35, 40 years, almost
yeah,
40
because
years.
I also think too, and this goes for both males and females. People are looking for like their 100% perfect person, but that's
It's
not
most
possible because
females. I'll be honest with you, Roman. Guys will literally get whatever the fuck they can take. If a chick walks into a bar and says, "Yo, who wants to come home and fuck?" Somebody's gonna walk up. You might not be the best guy looking that the girl wants to get, but somebody will walk up. If a guy walks into a bar and says, "Who wants to fuck?" he gets arrested. I think it is way more on the other side where the women are like, well, all these guys aren't looking for this, and they're all the fucking exactly getting back to the goth girl madness shit where they all think they're fucking 10 out of 10s. You ain't.
well,
In fact, there's very few of you that are, and all of the ones that are either working for modeling agencies, living in the middle of Transylvania and bumblefucking is like the queen of the city because she's just randomly beautiful, or you're in Hollywood. So everyone else, you're not a 10. I'm not either. Or else I would also probably be in Hollywood hanging out with Chris Hemsworth. None of us are 10s. That doesn't exist. The only 10 out there is a fucking elf from Lord of the Rings. What were your goddamn
Natalie
standards?
Portman's kind of close.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. And guess where she's at? Hollywood. Because they were like, wow, that girl's going to be a 10. put her in Hollywood. If you're not already in Hollywood, fashion, modeling, or famous for some fucking reason,
I see what you mean. Yeah.
you're probably not
Yeah.
a 10.
Yes. I see what you mean.
Unless
Yes.
you're just that random ass chick, like Roman knows that I'm talking about, who was in our school, whose ass and tits would bounce as she walked down the hallway, and the entire school thought she was beautiful. Guess what? She's fatter than Jabba the Hutt now, with like 4 kids and not married. So, like,
Yo, you're not wrong either.
I'm not. So,
If she sees this,
you're not a
Roland's
10.
not wrong. Sorry.
Sorry. I'm not. I'm not saying I am. Not even close. Not even close. I'm just speaking the fact of the fucking matter, what the truth is. And why do you think? Because there is no women that are down to earth enough to go, you're right, I should work out a little bit. I should get fucking better. And I'm not gonna expect my man to be 6 foot making 6 figures. I want a guy that's actually like down to earth like myself. There's very few down to earth women out there, and very few down to earth people these days. But I'm saying if you're in a specifically an area like a city, good luck. Good luck finding anybody down to earth.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of it is just that people just are just into themselves too much now. Like male and female. I will say though, it is more on the female side, but dude, there are some dudes that are like obsessed with themselves.
There's definitely some guys like that, but I'm literally just telling you my personal experience and my like how it has been for me. Like, dude, it'll be like, oh my god, you matched with this girl. Everything is the same. And she's like, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, oh, I do this. And she just blocks you. I'm like, okay, see ya. Fuck you, cunt.
Does that happen to you a lot?
That has
Would
happened
you
to me
say
on
that?
multiple occasions. But just wait. That's because I got a cool fucking job. But guess what? I don't make 6 figures. I'm not 6 foot. The housing market
Wait,
fucking sucks. I don't own my own house at 24.
dude, sorry, just to
Like,
go to like an aside for like
yeah,
a
wait,
quick
no, no,
second.
no. Oh, no, no, no. So let me finish. Let me finish, Roman. That's why it's like unless somebody amazing fucking walks along, I'm gonna wait until I move. And I've talked about this multiple times. When I dip, I'm dipping. Whole new state, whole new location, away from the Northeast. Far away from the Northeast. Gone. Texas, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Illinois. Gone. Florida. Somewhere out of here. Minnesota. Get me the fuck out of here. When I'm out, I'm out. I'll meet someone out there. They'll probably be a lot more fucking based. Because they'll probably have grown up on a farm with their actual hands and done some hard work in their life.
Yeah, I can tell you that like Pennsylvania girls just ain't it. Sorry. Sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah, not all of you, because I have some friends that are with some truly awesome girls.
Yes.
But even those girls will tell you exactly what Roman just said. Because those
But
girls
it's
aren't
also
friends with
because
girls. Those girls aren't friends with other girls because they know that those other girls suck. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling
right,
you.
like our friend Trav's girl would literally say what we're
She,
saying.
she would agree with everything I just said. And she is completely on a different side of the aisle from me too, which is crazy. But she'd be like, "No, he's out of line, but he's right." Like,
no, but that's also because she's a cool person though too. Like
no,
that's
I
something
love
that
her. I love her to death. I love her and him to death. But it's not even just her. It's also Maya. It's also uh Ian's girl. You know what I mean? Like they all get it. Actually, even there's another one. My ex, the second one, her friend took my side with it. Her and her boyfriend were like, "You fucked up, bitch." Like, so they're out
yeah.
there. There's just not many of them.
But the point that I want to say to lads and also girls too, don't
Yeah,
settle.
girls and guys. There's a lot of fuckboys in Pennsylvania too.
Oh yeah, yes.
A fuck ton of them. The amount of girl friends, not girlfriends, but girl friends of mine that were dealing with these people in high school that were like coming to me for advice. And I'm like, my advice is to cut them the fuck off. Because like, he just wants to see your kids. And clearly, like, she's like, well, no, that's not really what he said. And I'm like, no, that's what he said. Like, I've sent that same message to a girl. Like, I get it. Like,
Rolando, no, we are not entertaining
no,
that.
we're not going there.
No, but like the funny thing is, Roland, I've literally had those same conversations, probably with like the same girls that you've had those conversations with.
Not all the same girls, but some of them.
Some of them, but like the thing is that, and like, look.
But I've also had those conversations with guys. I've also had those conversations with guys. And had those conversations with where my girlfriends have been like, Roland, don't trust this bitch.
Yeah.
And like, dude, that was rampant. Around us, at least. Everybody.
Let me ask you real fast.
Not everybody. Most people in our friend group, pretty fucking based. Like, pretty much like a lot of guys and girls in our friend group just went through high school without dating like more than one person. They were just like, nah, fuck that. After that, we're just gonna wait till after college.
Honestly, most
of them.
And like,
I was not one of them. I was an idiot, but
most of our friends are subs, so like I can say this. Y'all are smart as hell because like I did not follow y'all's footsteps. I think it's also because I was worried for the longest time that I was going to be lonely forever, and being lonely, something hit me, right? Like being lonely, being single.
It's kind of dope. It's kind of dope having a lot of time to yourself.
Being single, I can do whatever the hell I want. I don't have to answer to anybody. Like it's actually low key kind of nice. But I also will say that I do fully intend to get married one day, and I do want to have kids. But
absolutely.
But something that I want to tell to both guys and
child, so my wife one day, hold on a moment. So my wife one day will understand that when I say I need an hour to get downstairs and watch this episode of anime. Well, okay, no, she'll probably watch it with me. And just play some Halo. I just need to drink a Coke and drink a Mountain Dew and play some Halo for an hour. I assume that my wife would understand that.
Or like she would be cool if, like, you said like the boys and I are gonna be having a bonfire. I won't be home until like 2 or 3 in the morning. Like it's like that.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah. Because
the girls are doing a book club or having a wine night. All right, don't drive home. If you need a ride, let me know.
Right, because
that's what my parents do. That's what my aunt and uncles have done. Like that's like the family shit you do. Yes, it's allowed. You don't have to do everything together, and that's the problem I've come into with 2 out of the 3 girls. Is like that I've dated. Is like everything has to be done together.
Yeah, like why though? Why?
And then you know what, dude? The one that I trusted to do shit without me actually ended up fucking me over in the end. I'm getting a call from my neighbor at fucking 11:30 at night, telling me to come to the bar. Like, so I just can't trust these bitches around here. Seriously, sorry.
But like,
you gotta really fucking prove it, and I mean really fucking prove it, because I had somebody live with me for 2 years. So you gotta really prove it.
Yeah, but like the thing that I'm saying is that so like guys and like also girls, like don't like, because I can tell you, because like I've also done this too. You don't let your fear of being alone forever make you settle for someone that's not right
You
for
have
you.
that
That's
fear.
happened.
No,
That's
that's
happened
not that
to
fear. You shouldn't have that fear because if you just keep going along in life, you'll just eventually find a human being. Eventually, there will be a human being that clicks with you, and you'll just go, "Sick. All right. Do you want to have some like?" And then you know what? Have the balls. What men and women have the balls. Do it. Just be like if you're the girl, most men are gonna really respect the fact that you go, "Yo, I think you're cute. Can I get your number?" A lot of dudes, usually. If
don't
you
let that stereotype be that like guys have to ask.
if you
It's not
seem
like that
genuine
anymore.
about it. Also, make the fucking move if you want to. Because every dude is afraid to make a move nowadays. Because he's afraid of getting me too'd or the cops called on him. So make the fucking move. I hung out with a chick not too long ago. And like her and I are friends, but like we were and I mean not too long ago, as in like a couple months ago. We're hanging out, and I'm like, I can't tell what this vibe is. I really can't tell. Like she wanted this day. It's like 1 a.m. She's at the. I'm like, I I I don't know what to do here. Quite frankly, I have zero idea what I'm supposed to do here.
You got a weird vibe.
Well, you nothing. I don't know. Dude, I don't know how to explain it.
You felt something though in your gut. You felt something.
No. It was just like she's sitting here, my arms around her, we're chilling, but like not a single slight move was made for her. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna do anything then. I guess I'm just
Do
gonna
you
sit here and
think it's
watch
that
it.
she wanted you to make more moves? Do you think that,
Yeah,
that like that's what it was?
probably, but say that. Because nowadays, what Roman? We have a friend. What happened? He made a move. The girl walked outside, called
Mm-hmm.
her fucking mom, and had him got for rape. I'm not fucking doing nothing.
Ho 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 ho.
I,
If you see this, you're a hoe.
yeah, or I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. You don't make it a fucking point that you're trying to do something, and then guess what? After that, she's like, "Oh, he didn't even try to make a move on me." That's what she said to one of my old coworkers, and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I didn't.
Oh
You didn't make
wait,
that
no
move."
wait. You wait. You told me about this. Yeah.
Yes,
She. Yeah. I remember
I'm
now.
not
You
gonna
were
do it.
saying.
I'm not setting myself up for that shit. I've dealt with the police in the past fucking 4 years. Not doing it again. Don't plan on ever doing it again.
So
So if
for
you come to
you,
my if you are expecting something like that, you know what? Just go. You know what? The world would be a lot simpler of a place if human beings could do what animals do and just walk up and go, "Want to fuck?" And they go, "Nah, not really." And you go, "Okay, have a good day," and then walk away, or go, "Yeah, actually, I would. Here's the time and place." You go, "All right, sweet. Let's see how it goes. If it goes well, do you want to go on a second date?" Like the world would be so much easier if you could just turn to somebody when you're sitting on their fucking couch with them with their arm around you and either go, "We are fucking or we are not." And not leave me with confusion and then go ahead and bitch that I didn't do anything with you. That's retarded.
muffler, what's up?
What up, muffler? That's retarded.
Yeah, like for guys and girls, it kind of goes back to like what we were saying earlier.
I just said the world would just be
Communication is
simpler
vital.
if you could just go, "Hey, I think you're hot. You want to go on a date?" And the girl said no. And you go,
Yeah.
"Okay." Or the girl said yes, or vice versa. Girl sees a hot guy. Girl walks up to him. "Hey, I think you're cute. You want to go on a date?" He goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm actually seeing someone right now." She goes, "Okay."
Also,
That's how birds
the
do it.
girl or
It
guy,
works great for them. There's a fuck ton of birds out there. Our human population is dwindling.
if the girl or guy says no, don't pester them either.
Yeah, it just did.
Yeah,
Ronnie, shut
don't
up.
do not be all creepy. Don't send them. There was this one story I saw where this one girl went on a date with a dude, and he wasn't feeling her. Bro, she sent him 135,000 texts in 17 hours. Do not do that. Do not do that. If someone is not into you, do not persist because
Also,
they're
if
not
you're not
into
into
you.
somebody, just tell them I'm not fucking into you. Bye.
Yeah. Also, don't string a person along either.
Yeah,
That's
don't
not
do that
nice.
either.
Because then you're also hurting that person. I've been strung along before, and it's not fun.
Yeah,
Like me,
East Coast bitches. Gotta find
me,
your next Midwest bitch or a foreigner.
me, me. I'd rather just be told flat out that you're just not into me. Don't lead me
Straight
on.
up.
Yeah, yeah. Just flat out tell me that. Don't be like, well, no. Just tell me if you're not into me. And then honestly, I'll keep it moving. Yeah, know why? Cause I have a lot of flaws. I'm not a scumbag. Okay? It if you lead me on, of course I'm gonna be upset afterward because led me on. It hurts me less if you say, Roman, I'm not into you. Okay, all right, cool, fine. I get that. But a lot of in my experience with women has been they didn't see. Now I used to fall for this argument, but I don't anymore. They would just be like, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. But so I have made it clear that it actually hurts, that it hurts my feelings more to be let on. I
Roman,
can handle
Roman,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. What's a woman's strength compared to a man's?
I know, bro. I know. I get it.
They get something out of it the same way that you would get a sense of power out of beating the living shit out of somebody that wronged you. They might also get the same sense of power out of manipulating the fuck out of your ass for if they're a bad person. Look how long I've
Yeah.
been stringing along for. That is literally there's been women that have done that. Some of them, and it's the same way with men, but it's more likely to be a woman. It's the same way that there's some women that get a lot out of beating the shit out of men or beating the shit out of other women physically. But it's usually vice versa. It's usually manipulation they get more out of as opposed to strength when they want to hurt someone. And if they don't
Yeah.
care much about you, they're getting something out of the fact that you're still sending them texts. And some guys are the same way, but it's more or less likely for men. That's just a statistical fact. Just like it's more
But
likely for men to get in a brawl at a bar than women.
but either way though, whether it's a man or a woman, if you keep sending those texts, it's a it's like a power trip. It's like a power trip for that for it's a power trip for that person
Yeah.
because maybe maybe not. Um Because another thing is too, and Roland has told me this, um, that you don't want to be dependent on your partner either. That is the worst type of thing.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I think some
Like
people get mistaken with oh, you should never get married. I think that's not what I'm saying. You just
No.
can't be fully dependent on everything they do. I think you should have if you're married, you should have your own personal bank accounts and then a joint account. Right?
Yeah.
So my parents
No,
did.
but
They're fine. They got their own shit. They do their own things. They buy their own stuff. My dad wants to order some shit for my mom. He don't want her seeing it on the account. Right? He's got to have his own bank card so he can get her Christmas gifts. Vice versa. Like, they got their own shit. They do their own things. They have their own friends. They also have this amazing thing called trust. Which needs to be cultivated by a relationship. A relationship where there can't be any controlling one side. Because otherwise there will never be trust. Because if you're trying to control, that means you do not have trust in what you're trying to control.
yeah, and trust goes back to honesty and communication, which I think is the most
Dude, it
important
goes
part.
down to the here's the simplest form of it. Here's the simplest form of it. My ball python is in a tank. Why is she in a tank? Because I don't trust that she won't disappear into my wall or my heater somewhere and get herself hurt or stuck. But I won't trust that my dog won't see her and try to hurt her. That's why she's in a tank. That's the most basic means of trust, right?
Yeah.
I love her. I love her to death, and she's not going to hurt anybody, and she never would. But I don't trust that she's not going to be an explorative little animal, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to sentient humans, right, we need this basic level of trust. I have this basic level of trust with my dog that when I tell her, sit, and I go in the bathroom, I take a piss, I walk out of the bathroom, and my plate is sitting on my table, and she hasn't touched it. It's because I have that basic level of trust that she knows that that's wrong. And because she's done a good thing, she most likely will get a little bit of that treat. Right, but that's the basic level of trust in humanity, right? We create these basic levels of trust everywhere, but when it comes to one of our own kind, that trust bond is so fucking important.
That's like the foundation of it.
It's
Like
the
that has to
foundation
be
of
the most.
every relationship we create.
Yeah.
Like when I turn my Xbox on, I trust that it'll turn on. And if it doesn't, I get upset when I click the button. Right?
You ever even think about it kind of like in this way, like when you like,
When I
go
walk
to
in my
start
room, I
your
trust that my computer's going to be sitting here. And if it's not, my trust is broken. Where the fuck did my computer go?
I trust that when I get in the car in the morning that the car's gonna start. The MFO
Dude,
podcast with I started. I'm afraid this
Vera
is what
Dark
this
and Ryan
will
Kennel.
become.
Yeah, I didn't know they were starting it tonight. Yeah, I'm going to watch that when we're done with this.
Well, I don't know how much longer that we're gonna be going for because I thought that Kenobi was gonna be here. I'm kind of trying to stall so that we can do the tier list with
Well,
him.
that's what I'm
But
trying to do as well. So let's keep going, dude. Instead, it became like a relationship topic, and it's kind of working out.
so I just wanted to also say that like you said trust and like honesty and like communication, but like let me ask you kind of like a physiological question here. Like if someone cheats, is there any possible
Physiological.
way? Is there any
Physiological is not cheating. Psychological, do you mean? Physiological
yeah,
is like my biology.
yeah, sorry. Okay, no. So look, not no. Okay, a hypothetical scenario question. Do you think it's possible if someone, guy or girl, cheats on the other person, that it's possible to rebound from that in a relationship, or should cheating always be followed by like a breakup? Because there's that old quote, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." You know what I mean? Like do you believe after cheating that there's like second chances or no?
No, because I've been cheated on twice. Told both bitches to fuck off.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Both attempted to get back to me. I told both of them to go fuck themselves. Broke my trust. Fuck you. After everything I put in, I never would have done that to you. Never. Which is why if I ever get accused of that, I am extremely fucking offended. Because nobody knows the mental anguish I went through that shit.
Yeah, you probably haven't even told me all of it, which like
No,
I don't need to
nope.
know, but
Who knows the full story of how all it went down either. So, fuck no. Irredeemable. That's one of the worst betrayals you could do to somebody. It's in the Bible as one of the worst betrayals you could do to somebody.
yeah, it's literally in the 10 Commandments, bro.
It's not even just in the Bible. It's also in the Quran, and it's also in fucking what the fuck is the other one?
the book of like Torah,
Yes.
Torah.
It's in all. Basically, that's one of the basic human rights. Is you don't do that shit. Not human rights, but human like morals. That's just immoral.
I mean, like cheating, bro. That's why when people say that like cheaters get like a special place in hell, people are like, well, they're not doing anything violent. No, but cheating breaks like
Cheating causes suicides.
yeah.
I know
Yes.
somebody who committed suicide because of that.
Damn.
You know of them too. Happened right down the street from my house, right on the train tracks.
No. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 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 Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that was
Yeah.
because of cheating and ostracization. This chick cheated on him and made fun of him throughout the entire school because he was a fucking pussy that got cheated on. And guess what? He don't exist anymore. He didn't do
Yeah.
anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong except trust in somebody.
I hope she feels happy with herself, even
I
now.
hope she fucking doesn't. I hope she fucking lives every single waking moment of her life thinking about that. And so
Cheating's
does
one thing,
everybody. And so does
but
everybody
how
else that participated. So does everybody else that participated. I hope they all do.
cheating's
I
one
was too
thing, but
young to participate. We were too young to even know what was going on. I only knew because he was a member of my neighborhood. I didn't even have a cell phone when this happened. I just got mine.
we were,
Instagram wasn't a
dude,
thing. They were all bullying him on MySpace.
we were babies, bro.
Yeah, guess what, bro? He went to walk to school one day and just didn't get on the bus. That's fucked.
Yeah, but no, like kind of
Yeah,
to that
there's a
point though.
special place in hell.
Cheating's one thing, but like bragging about cheating is a completely different beast. Like that's actually worse than like just cheating on somebody. Like cheating on somebody is terrible. Like that's like evil, right? But then if you go out there and you're like bragging about it to your homies or to your like homegirls, like look, not that you ever would, but if 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 you ever cheated uh on a girl and then you were like bragging about it, you would expect me to go to your house and try to fight you. And I also know that if I also did that same thing, that you would literally beat the hell out of me. Because that's like the worst thing that you could possibly do besides like murder and rape. Like it's bragging about cheating is like some like scummy stuff. Like that's some like I don't know how else really to put it, but like that's something that you just like. There's a few rules of life, and that's one that you just don't do.
Well, there's something called having
And
a moral compass, and it seems to me that more and more human beings don't have one of those.
and I remember when we did the
I thought you were about to start
original.
saying Mac Miller, bro. I remember when we were
I
just kids.
I I I remember when we did episode 19 with Chicken Man, and that was the Q&A, and one of the viewers, Roland, the question had landed on you, and you were asked, is there more good in the world than evil? Do you remember what you said?
Not if it was episode 19.
Huh?
I said not if it was all the way back on episode 19. I don't remember.
You said that there
It's
is more good in the
trivial.
world. You said
Yeah, I
that
think,
there is more.
yeah, there's more
You
good in the
said that
world
there.
that doesn't have enough power. That's what I would say now. If I said the same thing back then, that's what I would say now.